There's a cryptocurrency called Wiki. Buy it. Between now and April, buy it. It's going to be greater than the Shiba that I showed you.
Welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today, I'm going to talk about WikiCat, Prophet Joel, and Prophet Solomon and this whole chaos that is currently ensuing right now because of one of Prophet Solomon's prophetic words concerning Prophet Joel and the whole thing that went down with WikiCat. And some of these things I need to clear up, all right, and some things that I need to get straight. Now, before I get started, I am not a financial advisor. I am just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. Now, the first thing is I want to get this out of the way before we really get started. And I have never said that Prophet Joel was a false prophet. I never said WikiCat was a bad project. The only thing that I said in my private groups, which you guys already know that I have not made any videos on WikiCat in January, February, or March specifically promoting WikiCat. People have accused me of promoting WikiCat. In my private groups, I have shared my thoughts and my opinions. I even played what people might call the devil's advocate on both sides. Is this a true prophecy or not? Some of us were trying to figure this out, especially me, because when somebody comes new on the scene and gives a prophecy about a coin and all of a sudden it explodes, and very few people have heard of Prophet Joel. And just to go back to my Patreon, this was the very first post that I said something about WikiCat and why I didn't buy it. Okay, and why I am not promoting it or talking about it or anything else, right? That was on February the 16th. Most of my public subscribers who do not subscribe to my Patreon or my Telegram would have not seen this. Also on February 26th, the same thing, I went back over it again on why I didn't get into it. Now, there was another question, and I've shared this within my Telegram group of, some people are questioning whether or not if he was a true or false prophet because of how things went down. I had people sending me all types of information about Prophet Joel. I didn't know who he was, and I'm going to go over some of the information that I recorded in a previous video that I did not make public. So everything that I said were all my concerns about what I was seeing, which I'm going to show you here pretty soon. There's been a lot of false accusations, a lot of Christians lying about things that I've said on my channel, and I've confronted them, and I was able to show and prove, and you can see through all their lies. You guys should know me by now that I am not afraid as far as confrontation. If God is telling me to share something, I am going to share it. I shared with you guys about the Lion of Judah coin and the scam that was behind that. I showed you other false prophets like Robin Cunningham and a few others, and I showed you the proof in their prophecies. And the other thing is that people claim to have watched my videos, and then they make a comment that is contrary to what I've said in my videos. So there's a lot of people, Christians, because they're so upset, they will lie. They try to make me look bad. And people are going to have to deal with that as far as their own conscience. But all they care about is the greed. Now, Prophet Solomon had a vision or a dream about what took place with Prophet Joel behind the scenes. And so there's some things that I need to clear up. Because first of all, people don't realize I actually talked to some of the prophets and dreamers in the wealth transfer. Right? Some of them I've never mentioned that I've talked to, but I don't make it known and they don't make it known that we communicate. But I have spoken to Prophet Solomon when she came out with her prophecy concerning WikiCat. Originally, way back in the very beginning, I told her that I didn't feel comfortable and that I wasn't going to buy any. She had a prophecy. I'm like, okay, I understand that. And I've never said that he was a false prophet. I don't still think he is a false prophet. And people need to understand that some prophets or dreamers can make mistakes and get greedy. It happens all the time. Don't pastors fall into sin sometimes, maybe with a member of the congregation, they make mistakes. That's not to say that they're not led by God or they weren't ordained to be a pastor or a prophet. The main thing is why this has mostly come out to begin with is that because I've initially ignored WikiCat, I've initially ignored Prophet Joel because I still, and you can go, if for those of you who are in my Telegram, you can go and look at the things that I have shared. All you have to do is type in Joel or WikiCat and you can look at all my comments that I've made. I've actually said that it's very possible God had him do it this way, in the way that he has done things. But I've also said that the opposite too as well. And I was still undecided. All the way up until this point, I have been undecided on what's really going on with the WikiCat and what's really going on with the prophecies. All of this started, as far as me sharing anything, was this prophecy from Prophet Joel, right? And he talked about Binance and everything going back to the Stone Age, okay? And all the comments that he made concerning this, right? Binance created BNB. It created the stable coin, which the governments are going after stable coins, okay? And so WikiCat is on the BNB chain. And he said specifically in his video that he saw Binance crumble, right? In the actual video. I did a video on this where he said Binance will soon become another FTX. Find an alternative now that you still can. Okay, let's go to that tweet. Binance, this was on April the 2nd. Binance will soon become another FTX. Find an alternative now that you still can. I've told you before it happened. So he's saying soon. And people are saying, well, it could be soon. And, it could be months from now. He said, find an alternative now. This was a now word from what he is saying. So if Binance, right, in the actual video of him talking about this, right, which is on his channel.
I saw a vision yesterday and today. I saw even the cryptocurrency world. I saw Binance. I saw it crumbling down. And the nations marveled at the fall of this great empire.
Okay, so when you combine what he said in the video and what he tweeted, right, he called Binance an empire. What do they own? A whole bunch of stuff. Right? What are they responsible for? BNB, BUSD. Right? So it's not just about the exchange. If it was an empire that was crumbling and they all marveled, the empire is everything that they own. Right? Coin market cap, trust wallet. Right? So this wasn't clear as far as, well, it's just going to be the exchange. And people say, well, the network will always be up and it'll always be there. But also Binance controls the network too as well. So if this was to happen, let's say this happens in 2 months, that's going to affect all cryptocurrencies. Even though FTX fell, the token itself, it didn't fall. It fell greatly, right? But it didn't fall to zero, and it has recovered. So yes, there's going to be a fall, and it's going to recover at some point. But he talked about the Stone Age for cryptocurrency. Well, what do you think is going to happen for WikiCat? Right? So it's either WikiCat is going to do well or Binance is going to fall, and it's going to have an effect on all the cryptocurrency markets. Right? And people are saying, well, WikiCat could go up before the fall of Binance, but he said soon and find an alternative now. So this was kind of confusing. So that's why I did this video. The first time I talked to her about Prophet Joel, I didn't know everything as far as all the information that I have came across. And she said that Prophet Joel is a true prophet of God. Right? And I do believe that. Can prophets make mistakes according to what she's saying, right? As far as dealing with WikiCat, right? So that is part of the issue. And so later on, there was a tweet that went out from Prophet Joel, which is now deleted. Okay. And in this particular tweet that was deleted, right? I had responded to what he had said, right? And what did he say? Well, you can't see the tweet because he deleted the tweet, but I was actually able to see it in my history. So when I go to my history, it shows up exactly what the tweet is, right? It says, I heard that a prophetess in America claimed that I and the very esteemed Sir Mappy conveyed together to talk about WikiCat and dump on people. LOL. May God have mercy on most online spiritual leaders. WikiCat will be very great. I wonder what they will. Okay, so he had put that out. Okay, and so he has since deleted it. I don't know what the reason why is, but I did respond to him and said, well, you did at least meet with Sir Mappy here on, and this was my response, and I posted a screenshot of what's going on in the Telegram. And it says, expect more Christians in WikiCat. That was on May the 12th. Sir Mappy posted this, right? Well, some people were like, well, who is SMCDAO? And if you're wondering, the message is still there, right here on the Telegram. Expect more Christians in WikiCat. I've met with Apostle Joel. He said he's going to bring all his members to buy our coin. Please, let's keep the group clean. So he admitted right there that he met with Joel. March the 17th, that I have right here, he says, hello newcomers, here is our 400 words welcome note. Okay, my name is Sir Mappy, and I'm creating the best place to learn crypto and interact with like minds. Now, I'm not saying Sir Mappy is a scammer. I never said he was. He built a project, and he's been trying to build a project, right? All of a sudden, Apostle Joel came along, and next thing you know it, 7 months later, after they met, he comes out with this prophecy. All right, so that was one of the first things. Somebody was sending me this information after the prophecy came out. I had no idea what WikiCat was, didn't even know as far as their Telegram or anything like that, but they sent me a screenshot of this exactly right here. So basically right now, I'm just sharing with you guys the information. I'm putting out there what people have said, what posts have been made, okay? That is currently all that I'm doing. You guys can make your own choice of what you think. Sometimes it's all about interpretation, right? I used to be an investigator. And so one of the things is that evidence can be interpreted. But I'm getting ready to show you step by step all the reasons why I did not buy it, all the reasons why I felt uncomfortable with it. I understand that if he was going to wait, why not just tell his people? Why did he approach the people as far as the developer or the owner of WikiCat? Why would he do that? Okay, unless God instructed him to, right? That's very possible, right? But it's also very, very suspicious too as well, because people need to know whether or not if he got paid for doing this. Did he buy his own cryptocurrency? Did he buy his own WikiCat? Or did Sir Mappy give him coins in exchange for this prophecy? So this is all part of my investigations. So here in a minute, I'm getting ready to play a video that I made back on January 25th, which was the first video that I made concerning WikiCat. I didn't make it public, but I just want people to understand what may go through people's minds when they are looking whether or not to figure out, is this prophecy true, or is, what's going on with this particular coin? Why did it skyrocket like this, and why did it stay up, right? And so when you see like Elon Musk tweet about an investment, right, usually it does come back down, sometimes the same day or maybe a couple days later. But what's happened with WikiCat, as you can see, even to this day right now, it is still up 28,995% from its all-time low from 4 months ago, several weeks before the prophecy came out. Okay, so anybody's going to have a cause for concern when it's that high, and when you are still pumping it when it's that high. Let me go ahead and get to the video. This is the video that I did on January the 25th. I put it up on the Patreon. I took it down after I had it up because I had got a lot of heat from even my own people, right? And, I've been through this over and over again with different individuals and so forth, where people will come against what I'm saying and only to find out later on what I was saying was true. So let's go ahead and play some of this, and let's walk through some of the things that I saw. This is mainly dealing with the social media coordination campaign that took place leading up to and on the day of the prophecy, right? Then you could get a better understanding exactly where I'm coming from. This coin in days leading up to the prophecy was at 10 zeros. And on the day of the prophecy, it exploded. So it didn't explode because of everybody from the world was investing in it. It was exploding because many Christians were getting into purchasing WikiCat. So just to kind of go over the chart, back in November and leading up into December and right before January the 2nd, it was still sitting at 10 zeros. Previously, it had 10 zeros. Right before the prophecy, it was sitting at 10 zeros. And this prophecy was given by Prophet Joel. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. But the prophecy itself came out on January the 8th. So somebody had sent that to me, and I watched it and reviewed it, and at the same time, it began to skyrocket as I was watching the video. And you can see from my edit here, it says coin started to boom after your last 3 minutes broadcast. It has done over 100% since your last broadcast. Thank you for sharing the wealth secrets. Okay, so this was January the 8th. And just so we're clear, I don't know who Prophet Joel is. I don't know any of his other previous prophecies. I don't know if any of them have come to pass or not. So I can't really comment on whether or not, what my personal feelings are from things that I've viewed. I'm only sharing some concerns that I saw on the day of the prophecy, and I saw it skyrocket. There was some movement on January the 2nd where it actually dropped 0 and it went to 9 zeros, right? But this whole entire time, it just laid flat with 10 zeros. On the 8th, when the prophecy came out and I saw it skyrocketing really high, I went and started to do some of my own research. And this is the reason why I didn't share it with anybody, because first of all, it was already skyrocketing. So anybody who's going to get in, maybe you could have made some money if you were quick to make the purchase. You would have made some money, but not to the extent of people who had invested before January the 2nd. So this is the WikiCat Twitter page. And I want to go to the time leading up to the prophecy. And this is the reason why I'm not saying anything is bad, not saying these guys are doing anything wrong. I've been burned before on projects, and when you don't have like a white paper or you're not very active on social media and so forth, then I always proceed with caution. When this account was created, right, September 22nd, 2022 was their first post. There's no other tweets between September 22nd and then January 3rd. They said, our research on WikiCat is out. Please, before you invest, read about what you are buying here. Right? So this came out January the 3rd. So you saw when this post was made that on January 3rd it had started to slightly come up. Right? Then on January 7th comes the video that they retweeted about how to buy WikiCat. Right? So I began to do some digging and looking at this other website that is associated with WikiCat. So here's their website page. And so as far as their social media, it's just Twitter and Telegram. Then the white paper. There is no white paper. Okay, so I've been looking all over their website and cannot find a white paper anywhere. Just an audit and their contract. If they don't have a white paper, it's one of the reasons why I'm not going to invest in a company that doesn't have a white paper at least. So SMCDAO, that is another site that is associated with WikiCat. This person called Sir Mappy was the original person apparently who created Wikicoin. Right, so I just checked his site, and he's been talking about WikiCat. He's the creator, right, and promoting it and so forth. He's also associated with this Twitter account, which is actually this website here. Okay, and so I followed this Twitter, and I'm going back to see when they started talking about it. There isn't anything really on WikiCat. Then it was December 8th. They made a post. Our research on WikiCat is out if you're invested. I didn't really see too much more on WikiCat up until January the 7th. Right? The prophecy came out on January the 8th. So you guys see that WikiCat had not made any posts for that whole length of time, right? And then you have these other associated sites that aren't talking about it too as well. And so it was the day before, okay, all of a sudden they're showing people how to buy WikiCat, right? Well, did they know that the prophecy was coming out on January the 8th? Because once the prophecy came out on January the 8th, people would be going to the WikiCat Twitter and they're wanting to know how to buy WikiCat. So that was kind of suspicious to me. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. It's like almost like all the social media became active right before the prophecy came out. So I was a little suspect. But this is the SMCDAO website, and looking at their articles, their last article was WikiCat Research on December the 8th. Then I went to their SMCDAO YouTube page. So the only thing that I see really on WikiCat was this one, how to buy WikiCat on BNB Trust Wallet 13 days ago. That was specifically, again, on January the 7th, the day before the prophecy came out. So like I said, it was up to 10, and then it just began to skyrocket. On the 9th, it was going up, and I just didn't feel comfortable investing in it. I didn't feel comfortable talking about it because of everything that I just showed you guys. It seemed like it was a coordinated event right before the prophecy. WikiCat will be the next big crypto, which was on January the 8th, right? After the social media began to start posting about how to buy WikiCat on this YouTube channel, on the Twitter channel, so that was very suspect to me that they were just quiet that whole time, and then all of a sudden on the 7th, the day before the prophecy came out. And so even if I had invested here, right? Yes, I could have made some money. A lot of people did invest here at the top, and a lot of people were selling too as well, right? So yes, I could have made a video and put it out, but then I didn't feel comfortable. And what if I did make a video and confirm this, right? And then there was a rug pull. That's what I was afraid of, because I've been involved in a cryptocurrency that was part of a rug pull. So yeah, there could have been a possibility of you making money, but you would have been making it off of other Christians. A lot of these people who sold up here were people who bought in when it was at 10 zeros. So obviously people were selling, and who were they making money off of? They were making money off of other Christians who were investing, because it was people who believed in these prophecies, and they believed that these prophecies were from God. So it skyrocketed. So all these people who did sell off, they were selling and making money off of other Christians. That is not a wealth transfer. All right, and just to show you on PooCoin app, okay, and I have all the biggest sellers from January the 8th until January 25th, right? So at that peak through the 13th and then just up through the 25th, right? There was all those peaks. 224,000 was sold, 168,000, 109,000, 103,000, 92,000, $69,000, $63,000, and on and on and on. Look at this, right? These were people that were invested before the prophecy, pulling their funds out, right? All the way down to the thousands of dollars. If somebody invested $100 or whatever, and they were pulling out when it went up to 70,000%. Look, I calculated how much, right, around the low, up until its highest peak, which means that coin went up 70,000%. So if anybody invested at the top, then they're going to be holding, and they're going to continue to hold, because even in its other rally that just happened not that long ago, there again on the 18th, it shows another spike. So more people were making money and selling at that time, right? So this wealth transfer was for them. This wasn't for the wealth transfer as a whole. And I've told you guys, when it comes to wealth transfers, it's the wealth transfer together. Anything else is a bonus, like getting into a project before it takes off, and some Christians get into it. That is a bonus. But this wealth transfer that's going to occur, it's going to happen for all of us together. When all the prices move of all these different coins, right, we will be able to take advantage of this wealth transfer. Right? So the wealth transfer for them already took place. if they were all buying and holding, you wouldn't see these massive amounts of selling. So even still, right, the dates between 4/13 and 4/29, we saw this other spike. More and more people are selling off. These aren't, I'm going to tell you this. Anybody that I know, they're not making this kind of money off of WikiCat, right? Because you weren't able to invest at that low of a point. So people are making money, but it's not the majority of the people that are in the wealth transfer. But this is the thing. So I went and I started looking at Prophet Joel's tweets. Now, he has been deleting tweets on his Twitter, and he's been deleting posts on his YouTube page, and he's deleted the videos talking about WikiCat. So this video here, why I told everyone to invest in WikiCat cryptocurrency before April, and this other one, WikiCat will be the next big cryptocurrency this year. He deleted both of those videos. So again, right now for me, that is suspect, because something else is going on. You know, as far as if this is supposed to be the biggest thing, why would you delete it? It has nothing to do with coming against him for his prophecies, right? He created his own issues by putting out the Binance prophecy, for one. Then the other thing was he claimed that he didn't meet with Sir Mappy. We didn't bring controversy. He brought it to himself. So all of those videos concerning WikiCat are on another website called Prophet Joel Messages, right? Which I don't believe it's actually his, but you can see here that anything related to WikiCat or Diggy Rabbit, right? So all of these messages are on there. So let's go to his actual YouTube. Okay, so you don't see any of the WikiCat videos. If it's in the description or if it's in the title, it will come up first. Let's look at Digimon Rabbit. Did that come up? No, it didn't. I just typed in rabbit. Still nothing. He deleted the videos relating to Digimon Rabbit as well. And I shared with you guys about Digimon Rabbit how the project and how the company that does the whole Digimon thing, how they mock Christianity and they mock the crucifixion of Christ. I put that in my group and I put it in other groups to show you guys about investing in it, because if you do, you're supporting them mocking Christianity. So I had a lot of heat come back on that too as well. All right, so this is all suspect to me. This is why I'm presenting this information and I'm telling you my thoughts. So I'm currently on Poo Coin charts. In this chart here, which I find very useful in looking at different things, you can look at from different dates, different time periods, and which wallets we're selling off or buying during certain time periods. And I captured from January the 8th until January the 13th, and all these wallets that were selling off, the top one, 237,000, right? And there's a lot more than this that comes after 31,000. But in order for this to take place, this is where the pumping had to happen, right? That's why he pumped on all those different days. When it comes to liquidity, I'm on Geico Terminal, and you can see here the liquidity is only $276,000 right now. And to me, that is a big problem because, well, first of all, WikiCat is not on a whole bunch of different exchanges. And all it takes, and when you look at the largest wallet holders for WikiCat, excluding the dead wallets and some of the other wallets that are associated with the project, there's a lot of money that's just sitting there. And they log into their exchange, I'm pretty sure, all the time, and they see that money sitting there. But one of the things is that people don't understand that BNB coins that are mostly swap can be easily manipulated and making you think that the price is going up. And I've been seeing that, and I've been seeing different patterns. And I'm not going to share with you exactly how they are doing it, because then they will continue to do it, or other people will do it to try to prove a point against me. So I'm not going to share with you guys that information. But when you look at some of these wallets that aren't associated with the project, right? These are people, a lot of these people have bought and held and had some of these coins for some time, and they've already sold off and made a lot of money already. But you can see that it wouldn't take very much, 276,000. You can just see right here, just 5 or 6 addresses, and boom, you already got the liquidity would already be empty if these people tried to sell. It's going to be a race to liquidity when Bitcoin goes on its run. So if Bitcoin goes on its run, the price of a lot of these coins will go up naturally. I'm sure there's going to be some manipulation concerning this from what I've seen so far. But for those of you who are holding, or you bought 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000, and you think that it's going to create you a millionaire and within the next couple months, you're going to have a big fight on your hand when it comes to this liquidity. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys about that, and the reasons why they had to pump. They had to keep pumping this in order for them to be able to sell off and pull out the cash. This wasn't about buying and holding or anything like that, or for the overall wealth transfer. It was their wealth transfer. So in his videos, he's always talking about take your position before April. But he was saying this in January. What was the rush to buy, right? He was putting out information. He was putting out posts, which he has been deleting, about buy now, get in now, right? And I'm just going to share some of the things that I was seeing. So if God had told me, hey, tell my people that they need to take position by April, right? You don't want the price to go up, right? Because you want all your Christian folks to get in, but there was just this constant push. So I do want to share this part because I think this is important, because people have been accusing me of promoting WikiCat and introducing Joel to the world, and I didn't. Okay? You can't find any videos that I made that will say buy WikiCat, because I didn't even buy any, right? But this was the day of when people were posting on one of my random videos, my latest random video, after the prophecy came out on January the 8th. So I had one person just comment on here, buy WikiCat. And that was it. And I responded. I said, at this time, I'm not recommending anyone buy WikiCat. It's already up. It's already went up a lot, and I can't have my subscribers buy at the top. Eventually, it will come down again. So he didn't respond. Maybe he's commented maybe before on some of my other videos. I believe maybe 1 or 2, but he just put buy WikiCat. Another person, WikiCat is exploding. Prophet said to get in now until April. It's up 180% in just a week, right? And then I had another person who has been part of a subscriber for a while. He said, TC, please look up Joel's prophecy. He talked about WikiCat. And then I had another person, and just to show you that, this was happening from the day of the prophecy for weeks, right? Get WikiCat now before it's too late. It's going to be massive, right? Whoever this person is, right? And it was their only comment ever on my channel. This was happening frequently, and it actually happened on other YouTubers like Currency 365. He had people say the same thing or ask questions about it. And so if you go back on some of the people that deal with the wealth transfer, go back to the videos on the 8th and look at the comments from the 8th until like the end of January. And you're going to see, I'm just showing you a few. Along with the media campaign, right? With all of a sudden, they're posting videos on how to buy WikiCat. The prophecy came out on the 8th, and that's when all these comments were being made, right? Because, of course, you want to promote it, right? If you're part of the WikiCat team, or if you're part of Joel's team, you're going to go to all these people that talk about the wealth transfer, and you're going to just make random comments like this. If you had until April, right? Why would you keep pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping it, right? It's obvious he has deleted some tweets, because between January 4th and January 13th, just like the videos, he's deleted some of the things that he has tweeted out on the day of the prophecy and afterwards. All right, now I have to show you guys some other deleted tweets. And something happened, something spooked him, because he did delete his original videos off of his YouTube. He's deleted posts from his other social media. Twitter, he has deleted anything relating to pumping WikiCat. And he took down his videos concerning WikiCat on his YouTube and on his Twitter. So those tweets are completely gone. Now, going back to some of the responses of some of those deleted tweets, and just to prove to you guys that he has been deleting tweets. So you have this here where it says this tweet was deleted by the tweet author, right? And you can see the numbers up here, 512. So this person had asked, is it late to buy WikiCat? He says no, right? That was on January the 9th. Then here's another one that says it's not late. Okay, so here again, you can see that this tweet was deleted by the tweet author. Different number, so this was an actual different tweet. He said, Prophet, is it late to buy now? He said it's not late. Right, so he's going through and he's deleting different prophecies. So he has another one here on January the 13th where he just says buy, right? And this tweet is deleted too as well. This is a completely different tweet. So there were 3 tweets he was pumping WikiCat, right, that he's now deleted, right? Is it too late to buy WikiCat? It's already up. Can we buy now? He said buy. So when I go to his Facebook, these are the same posts that he deleted that was on his Twitter. And he says here, buy WikiCat crypto. Invest massively in it if you can. I've been singing it for days to whoever cares to hear. You will soon know why in the coming months. Then on January the 12th, he says, last chance, buy WikiCat. I'm saying this because I love the body of Christ and I wish we don't miss what is coming. Position yourself, pray about it, and you will know what I'm saying is accurate. You will remember this post. Okay, if people need to take position by April, what was the point of pumping it? Okay, later on I'm going to show you that he had to backtrack because he had pumped it so much and it was up 70,000%. And from that 70,000%, it came all the way down to like 25,000% from its all-time low. So yes, a lot of people were pissed off, and I'm going to show that later on. So when I'm going over and talking about him pumping, there's a lot of tweets that are missing. There's a lot of posts that are missing. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. So when I'm talking, you know that he has been and still is deleting posts. And probably after this video, he's probably going to go through and delete even more posts. But we have it on record. I saw Brief Vision, WikiCat, coin market cap of $3.5 billion. The Lord's hand is on this project, and with the short season, it will move millions of people out of poverty. Watch and see this word fulfilled before your eyes. That was on the 13th. Okay, so again, just pumping it, okay? Why would you need to continue to pump it if you had until April, right? Then we have another one, right, where he's talking about on January the 23rd, promoting Digimon and Web5 and WikiCat. Right, and then again here on January the 24th, my counsel, if you failed to position in WikiCat, Digimon Rabbit, and Web5 as a gem you should get now. Remember, volume is important. This post may seem casual, but watch the market move this week in the first week of February. Of course, if you were continually to pump it, yes, it will. Even I know a lot of people in my groups were continuing to buy it because they were messaging me all the time. WikiCat, 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 Rabbit, 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 right? That's all I heard for like 2 months. And then he got criticism because people were buying at the top and it was coming down and all these people making all this money, right? All these people pulling out hundreds of thousands of dollars. You didn't make that. They was his people. So he says here, disclaimer. Don't FOMO, don't buy the pump. Well, he's the one who's been pumping it. Wait, pray, study it, then either buy or as you are led. Now, I've heard that before, buy as you're led, buy if you feel led, right? We saw that with Lion of Judah coin, where that was a scammer that I exposed, and that coin collapsed, right, because he was exposed. And he's saying the same thing. I mean, the difference is WikiCat doesn't have anything to do with what Prophet Joel was doing because WikiCat was already in existence. So I'm not saying that WikiCat itself is a bad project. Then here on February the 20th, he says the month of March will see WikiCat make massive upward movements. So if it's going to happen anyway, right, why not let the price settle so people can get in, right? So everybody can partake of being millionaires instead of all the people who are already invested pulling out hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now let's go to his community section, right? Some of his posts in the community section are missing. And he's talking about buy WikiCat crypto, right? In a brief vision, I saw WikiCat. All right, so we have established that Joel and Sir Mappy met, or they talked on the phone, whatever the case, they met about WikiCat, right? So one of the things that I want to establish is the expectations of people within the WikiCat group, right? So here we have on May the 25th, this is after he had announced that he was working with Joel. Somebody posted, leadership posted, it is time. Somebody responded for what? And he responded, the great prophecy, right? And then he posts here, the great prophecy. He talks about Sir Mappy saying, that it would be dope to have 2,000 wallet addresses, 2,000 Telegram members, and 2,000 Twitter followers, and then 2,000, 1,000 market cap. Okay, and then somebody had said something about, well, we just hit 2,000 followers, right? So on, 2,000 followers on Twitter. But the thing about that is that he's already met with Joel. So that tells me that, of course, yeah, you're going to have people come in because he's bringing people into the project. So now they're making it seem like, okay, well, these are prophecies. Well, if you already know that he's bringing people in, it's not so much a prophecy, is it? Here's another post from August the 16th. And somebody had wrote, the time is nigh. And somebody responded, which time be that? Right? Realization, time, the prophecy. It's all playing around what SMC is doing. Well, what is he doing? He met with Joel, right? They're planning all this out, how they're going to do things, right? Because the prophecy came on January the 8th, right? And you saw in some of the things that I've already shared, and some of the things I'm going to share, it's all built up to this point, all built up to this prophecy, right? That came out on January the 8th. Then on September the 13th, somebody had written, what should we do about our WikiCat? It's getting so cheap. Any news? Somebody replied to that. It's all part of the prophecy playing out. If I were you, I would bag more. It's an opportunity for everyone to bag more. So I share this because there's an expectation of the prophecy being released. So my point to all this is there was an expectation that these prophecies and this prophecy with Prophet Joel was that he was going to release his prophecy at some point, right? So people are wondering what's going on, so forth. So they're asking these questions. So the way that I look at this is that this whole thing was orchestrated and planned for a very long time. And it wasn't about the world investing into WikiCat. It was about promoting the prophecy to other Christians. And that's exactly what happened, right? Because they promoted these prophecies to the wealth transfer that we know of, right? They went into these groups. They went on people's YouTubes and posting comments and so forth to get people to get into WikiCat. It didn't have anything to do with prospering all of God's people. It was about prospering themselves. And I'm getting ready to share more here down the line in this video. So that's the thing, dealing with this deleted tweet when he was talking about Solomon, he basically said that he didn't meet with Sir Mappy. And I've shared with you guys that Sir Mappy is SMC DAO, right? So we've got that out of the way, right? I'm just presenting the information. So this is the information that I'm sharing with you guys. And actually, there's no reason to delete those videos. If these are the great prophecies, why delete it? Okay, and so to me, it seemed like there was a media campaign that was organized. Then you have, this thing was planned, and people are waiting for the prophecy to come out and so forth so they can start getting rich. Then you see all these transactions that people pulling out millions of dollars in total, over a short period of time. See, that's the thing. There's only so much liquidity in the market. Like right now, there's only $290,000 in liquidity. So in order for these people to continue to pull out, they had to keep pumping it and pumping it and pumping it and getting everybody to buy so that they could pull their money out. Okay, that is the only way it's going to happen. I just showed you the liquidity. Do you think that if you did not go in and buy and all of the rest of the wealth transfer didn't go in and buy, that these people would be able to pull out this kind of money? They wouldn't have been able to pull out this kind of money. That's the whole thing. They wouldn't have been able to pull out all this money. You think this one transaction, $219,000? So I don't know why he deleted this tweet about that. Maybe he saw this and thought, hey, I did meet with them. Basically, if you said that you didn't meet with him, or you're making it seem like you didn't meet with him, and then now we're finding out that you did, there is no explaining away. The evidence is there. But folks, this wealth transfer wasn't a wealth transfer for the entire wealth transfer. Our wealth, all the people that invested that I know of, they all made these guys multimillionaires. But this is one thing I did say, and I did post this in my group, because when this came out, there was so much greed. Nobody wanted to talk about any other coins. All they wanted to talk about was WikiCat and Digimon. And most of those people haven't benefited from WikiCat. Yeah, maybe you did make a little bit of money here and there, but you did not come into any type of wealth transfer. All those people did over there. If you want to buy and hold, that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just sharing the information, and I'm sharing why I didn't invest, and I'm sharing with you why I'm not going to invest. And I did share that God was sharing with me that God used Apostle Joe to bring about a judgment on greed in this wealth transfer. Because it was like people were blinded. Everybody was like, Prophet Joel this and Prophet Joel that. And I'm asking you, well, what major prophecies can you show me? Right? Where's the prophecy that you can show me that he made? You can't just say, well, he prophesied about this and prophesied about that, but you can't show me in a video. You can't show me as far as a post. And so what if he had one or two? I've had prophecies that come to pass. I've had predictions that have come to pass. And if you actually believe in Prophet Joel and you believe in these prophecies, that's fine. Then guess what? Maybe it will happen. But I know that they have gotten their millions of dollars. And a lot of other people did get out of debt. A lot of people did make a lot of money that were invested before you. It's going to be a race to liquidity. That's the reason why it was being pumped and pumped and pumped. That was the reason why all these people went out into the wealth transfer groups and pumped and pumped and pumped, because they could not pull out all this money when the liquidity, which I just showed you, was only $290,000 or $300,000. Right? There's no way that they could have pulled it off without pumping it. So I put all the information out. It's up to you folks. As far as this, I'm washing my hands of it. I don't care if it does skyrocket tomorrow. And I've shared this. A lot of cryptos will go up when Bitcoin goes up, right? But it's going to be a race to liquidity in every coin that is on, that's a swap coin, right? Even if it does get on other platforms, people still have to buy it. I mean, WikiCat's on some platforms right now, but nobody's buying it on those platforms. And I'm not going to make any more videos about it unless I absolutely have to. And here we are at the end of April. We'll see what happens with the WikiCat by the end of April. And then we'll go from there. But as far as me, I'm not going to pump it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm focused on what God has already been showing us. And I'm not going to allow this type of greed to come into at least my space. Anyways, that's all that I have for today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.